Why you keeping all that energy bottled up inside? You gotta let it breathe. You gotta let it breathe. Talk about it. Get it off your chest. Don't move around with a screwed up face. Talk time, we has it. You feeling stuck and need a change of pace. Talk time, we has it. Family and friends are coming in. Talk time, we has it. The joyous times they never.
Hey y'all, welcome to another episode of Talk Time with Yazzy, episode 16. It's your girl Yazzy Yaz, and of course, the beautiful and the only girl that makes me sparkle. No, I'm just kidding. Go ahead now, introduce yourself, beautiful.
It's LaLa. Use your tongue.
Exactly that. No. Okay, guys, on today's episode, we're gonna talk about situationships, okay? You know what we're talking about.
Yes.
And if you feel it, then we're talking about you.
And please
We're
chime in.
Okay, right. Not the side look like but no, for those that don't know, a situationship is pretty much a relationship with like all the feels and stuff without the title. Like you're doing everything but having that official title of like boyfriend, girlfriend, husband, wife. You know, some people just jump right into that. You know what I mean? So,
It could also be like your sneaky link, your boo thing.
right,
You know, that all of those little things that we call each other, that's a situationship. Every ship is different.
right, right, right. But with that being said, we're gonna dive into our own personal and then do more broad. You know what I mean? You want me to start or do you want to
Yes,
start?
please do the honors.
Let me break it down to y'all real quick, okay? No, I'm just kidding. You're like, please. Nah, okay.
Talk
So
time
for
with
me,
Yazzy. Go.
right. Stop.
Okay.
Nah, for real. Okay, so with me, y'all know I am married to Big Ant,
Okay.
okay? And our actual 7 years is coming up. It's literally 8 days away. Like, what? Oh my God, crazy. And I am pansexual, like I've said before, so it's more like a connection thing for me, you know? And I'm also polyamorous, but it's more like we're at the point where I'm like new to like dating women and stuff. So it's more like I'm open and out there to like pursuing and dating women. And he's more like, okay, I'm gonna focus on you. And then like if we find someone we all vibe with, then like we'll all be together. But right now it's like more me solo, like whatever, you know? And
Mhm.
this is like more recent or whatever, but yeah. And then I guess like my situation, I was like, yeah. So and then my situationship is just my ex still lives here, but we're close. And I guess my cat wanted to be involved,
He
y'all.
said, excuse me, I live
Oh
here
my
too.
goodness. Right. He's like, you better not call her your ex. Like, dang. Easy. Okay. Nah, but we're like cool with each other, all of that. And we from time to time dabble, you know. And we still just do like I'm not gonna say everything the same. It's like a learning curve and we are about to move away from each other and all that stuff and literally like the end of the month. So right around the corner.
Okay,
Like
all
I'm gonna
right.
but even so, like we're more like turning into just that friend situation, like not more situationship, just friendship.
Mhm.
Uh, and that is me. So I'm ready to get back out there and experience dating women,
Okay.
but people that have dated women, I get it. I get it. That's all I can really say. If you know, you know. Oh,
I know, right? I know,
respectfully.
right?
I'm like, really? But what about you?
Um, I mean, so I've been in a lot of I've been in a lot of situationships just because I don't mind if my person is out of state, right? I feel like I function better, I move better, which those are hard to kind of pinpoint And that some people say, "I well, maybe you got a commitment issue." I might mind your business, but but so my situationships usually happen because a lot of the guys that I've met, even in the last few years, have been like that lived out of state. We've met in other countries, or we've met in different states and things like that. So I've had those little situationships. Even now, coming right out of an engagement and then meeting someone else, we're in a situationship because it was quick. It was literally what, 2 weeks. You know what I mean? It was quick. So it's not pinpointed. We're not in a relationship. We are getting to know each other. We are getting to know each other's worlds, which is good, I think. And sometimes the situationships can be like sneaky, or like, not, like just like I say, your sneaky link. But this is different. This is more like we in a situation, a relationship or a situationship to figure out what we're gonna do, and if our lives actually mesh well without putting a big title on it. Because with titles come expectations,
Right.
and sometimes them things don't it don't fall right, right? It don't fall right. Once I start calling you my man, the little bit of flowers, a little bit of this and that is completely different than your obligations to my family or to our family that we're building. What my expectations are, you are different. You know what I mean? So I feel like just in this new situationship, this one's a more adult, not flingy situationship. But there are different levels, right? And I'm not
Right.
judging your level. Whatever your relationship is, what you make it. But in mine right now is just trying to figure out if these worlds will mesh. So
Mm.
that's where I'm at. And right now it seems like everything's on track, but it things take time, and I'm going to take my time. And that's what I do like about a situationship, is that there is no um kind of timeline on it. It can be as long as I need it to be. And I'm going to take as much time as I need to figure out if this is where I need to be.
Dang. That's real. I'm like that wasn't even one of the questions. It was just you pretty much explain your situationship, and I was
Oh,
like that. You know what I mean? I'm like,
right.
is this thing on? No,
Is this
no, seriously. I'm like, did y'all get that?
right?
Um, but honestly, I'm like, I agree. I'm like that. I mean, we have to definitely do this as a different topic though. But just having
It's
situationships,
flying here.
no,
Sorry.
there's a just having situationships makes me like really think of how you were like, oh, they don't always have to be like a sneaky leak and stuff like that. It's like they can be really intense, and like I feel like some people don't understand it. They be like, oh, y'all just doing this or blah blah blah, and it's like, no, it doesn't necessarily indicate or mean like, oh, we're just doing this to mess around or whatever. It's like, this is how I'm feeling, and sometimes the situation tip can get more intense, and let it be, because at the end of the day, it's your life, baby. Live it.
Okay.
It is your life,
It's
and
your
that
world.
brings
It's your
me
life.
right. That brings me to the next part of it, where it's like, okay, the difference between being flexible and being delusional. Okay, for example, like flexibility. It says we're taking our time, right? Okay. Delusional is I'm waiting for them to magically choose me. Now, we all have those times, or we
I got
know
one of them.
people, right?
His name is
Where you're
Mookie.
like,
Mookie.
oh, by name is crazy.
My name is crazy.
By
And I was in that
name,
delusion for a long time. And now that I'm not in that delusion, he don't know how to deal with it.
mm.
Sorry. Trigger.
Okay, I'm gonna go out and I'm gonna say it. I've also felt this way. Delusional, and I'm finally gonna announce it about Michael B. Jordan. I'm gonna
Girl.
finally let it go. You're like, girl, be so for real.
Not Michael B. Jordan. I thought we were having a real moment here. I put myself out there, called him by name.
No, let me take that back though, because if we do make it and he's ever like, I heard you, look, I'm very happy.
Yes.
But
I'm excited for you both.
to meet you, Michael, no, let me stop. No, Girl, before I had people in the comments like, "She belonged to the streets." You know
Yeah.
what I mean?
I mean, but if you know Michael B. Jordan, you can definitely send him this message because
No,
this
for
is
real.
her number one fan.
Her
So,
number one.
I mean, his number one. Sorry.
I'm like, "Please put some respect."
Sorry. Sorry. So sorry.
This is sorry. No, I'm just kidding.
But no,
Um,
that delusion is real. That's a real space. And sometimes like even in that situation, it was like, he loved me and I love him and we just ain't putting nothing on it. Right. But then
yeah,
it's like, how long do I hold that space of not putting nothing on it? Like I was the delusional one. Right. Like, and now it's like, he's like, why would, you're not delusional. Da, da, da. Yes. Cause there's
yeah,
no movement. I can see if we're in a situation, but like the one I'm in now, there's movement.
yeah,
Our movement was stagnant. And you can love me and I can love you. But if it's stagnant, it's gonna always be a ship that's passing. You know what I mean? So shout out to Mookie. Love you.
well, once again, my name is Crazy. Um,
Look, y'all wanted all the la la. This is all the la la. You need to take it or
La,
leave it.
la. Yes, yes, yes. Oh my god. Okay. Well, I mean, that's pretty spot on. I mean, if we're being real, it is like there's moments, and even so, like I find myself more on the side of probably feeding into people's like delusion, and I have to tell myself like I'm not, and that's something that I like struggle with because in my head I'm very much like, okay, I've set that boundary or I've communicated these things, and then other people are like, well, you might have done that, but this is what they're hearing.
Mhm.
You know what I
Mhm.
mean?
Mhm.
And so it again it's kind of like the example, like I'm waiting for them to magically, and it's not like that. It's not that, like the things aren't there, or even just like because I'm like I said, I'm pansexual, so there's always like if we had some type of connection, like I have that love for you. I'm very much that type of person, but I'm also once again the main character in my book, and I'm
Correct.
not gonna ignore red flags.
You know, I have in
Just
delusion. In Delusionville, sometimes I have ignored red flags.
you're right. You're like, mhm.
I've ignored some. I'm just being honest.
Yeah,
I mean, even when I got married the first time, what I say, I didn't want nobody else to have him. I knew he wasn't shit, but I
right.
didn't want nobody else to have him. I was delusional. That was delusion.
It's the proud, like
I'm just
you
being
know,
honest. I'm 40 years old. I
you're
need
like,
to be.
and
I'm
I'll
honest.
do it again. No, I was kidding.
I won't do it again. But I also
Right,
like,
okay.
girl, don't do that because I did that, and I don't want you to do what I did. Male, woman, whoever, hear my voice. Don't be delusional.
Ooh,
If they didn't want you before they proposed to you, they really don't want you now. Don't be delusional. If they not texting you in the morning, good morning, and they not texting you at night, good night, they're not thinking about you for real. Unless you know they exhausted. On about your business. Choose you. I gotta choose me. I gotta choose me, Lucius.
please. I was like, don't do it. I was like, don't do it. Don't do it.
So choose
Oh
you
my
like I
gosh.
choose you.
He said, I gotta choose me. I'm like, oh, okay, we're going for it. The Holy Grail. Oh my gosh. Okay, so another thing I do want to bring up then is just like what are emotional cost of like situationships, you know? As far as like, for example, like how can people like understand emotionally and be like, okay, wait, am I being used or is this genuine? Or like, you know what I mean? Does that make sense?
Yep.
What would you give like feedback for that for
I
people
feel
to
like
know?
check-ins are important. I know in my situationship now, I check in constantly. Like, how are you feeling? Like sometimes even it was like stop doing for me because I don't want you to feel like I'm using you because that's not what this is. You know what I mean? Like I've had those
Yeah.
check-ins. How are you feeling about this? Like we're not in a relationship. We're not doing these things.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? How are you feeling? Like, and being honest, asking that person, well, I know we're not in a relationship, but how are you feeling about me? Is this something you still want? You know what I mean? Or is it something that's going back and forth, or is it just one sided? Like, you have to ask yourself those kind of questions in that. You know what I mean? You don't have to be delusional, but if you set in that boundary and that's the relationship, because relationships are what you make it. But is it serving both of you, or is it one sided? It's something that you have to check in and do that check and balance, because some situations should work. Hey, I live on the West Coast, you live on the East Coast. We can see each other 5 times a year. This is what, look, sometimes that
Mm.
happens. You know what I mean? And as long as it's going both ways and we're both clearly understanding the direction and the lines that we've set and it's being respected, that's different. But if you sitting up and that person, you only sleeping with that person, but they sleeping with everybody else, but y'all had an agreement, if you not feeling like y'all communicating, like, then look at it and evaluate it, because this is not a
Yeah.
situationship or relationship. This is now
Right.
toxicity, and we need to move
Absolutely.
on. We need to move forward,
Yeah.
and that's not just for loud. That's for if you're dealing with me too. That's how you feel. Like, look, let's have a conversation about it, right? Because if this may not be the right fit or the right time. Sometimes situationships because that person's not ready and the other person is, so they just. I'm okay with that. Don't do that. If you're not okay with a
Don't. Yeah.
situationship, if you're not okay with even being a partner of somebody and they exploring other, don't say I'm okay with it and you're really
Right.
not. Don't do that. Be honest with the partner that you're dealing with, the person that you're dealing with, the friend, whoever it is. If you're not comfortable with it, don't be I'm comfortable with it because you don't want to see me leave you or be upset with
Right.
you or anything like that. No, please stick up for yourself. If that's not what you want and we're not on the same page, say something. I'm saying me, but I'm talking to everybody. That's in any situation. If you're not comfortable with it, say something because it's
Absolutely.
gonna turn into resentment, and that's not even what that's not what you're looking for. You're not looking to resent that person for not giving you what they said they weren't gonna give you in the first place. Because in your mind, you have something this gonna go somewhere. You know, what I mean, this may be something different, right? People do that a lot with like friends with benefits, and one person want more and the other person don't want more, but they just saying I'll be your friends with benefits just
Because they
to be
think it's
around
gonna
that
turn into
person.
something else. Yeah.
Correct. Correct. So no, just be honest, be open, and talk about it, and completely keep checking in and seeing if y'all on the same page. That's what I do in my own relationships and situationships, whatever you want to call them. That's what I do. I do check-ins. How you feeling about me? How you feeling about this? You know, this is where I'm at. Where are you at?
Right.
To know where they at.
I agree with you because, like, even my situationship is like I do that, and that's why I'm always like, "Oh no," and that's why I be telling other people like, "Well, this is where," because at the end of the day, that's something I like to say. Like, I like to communicate. Most of the time, I'm like, I said that and I had that conversation. And granted, it might be intimidating, and the other person might be like, okay, I ain't ready to say how I really feel, but I be saying it with my chest every time. You know what I mean? And that's something I still be having to learn, which, because I'm like, not to be like, oh, I'm only scared of God, but it's like, I'm an adult. Like, if I'm not doing nothing illegal, nobody about to sit over here and beat me for speaking my truth. Like,
Correct.
you know what I mean? And so some
Right.
people don't think like that, and it's hard for me to be like, "Well, that's what they said," and then people be like, "Well, did they mean it?" And I'm like, "Well, I mean what I say." So
Right. And I had to tell Yazzie that everybody is not cut that way. Some people
yeah,
just get in and get along, and they just take whatever comes with it. And then in the background, oh, I can't believe I'm doing this. Like, you mean the line that you
no,
signed,
why you sound like that when you said
the
made that
line that
voice?
you signed on, the dotted line that we talked about, that you took this
Yeah,
agreement and didn't read the fine print?
yeah,
Like, stop
yeah.
that. And I've been guilty of doing that where I just jumped into something and didn't look at all red flag, whatever, the fine print at the bottom
Read the
and just
fine print.
signed it.
Yeah, it's like you gotta have that trust. Especially, I feel like I know you're saying like communication, and I feel like trust is also
Major.
important to have in any situationship. Whether people are like, "This is my sneaker link" or blah blah, but it's like you still put in that trust, because if you want them to take your sneaker link and you don't want them moving and messing around with other people, that's all comes with trust, and that's why they're still like. It's the things that come in a relationship, but just not the title, because you're still wanting communication, you're still wanting trust, you're still spending those times, you're still so you get what I'm saying? In some type of way, it's literally like
There's still that's what you call it, a ship. It's some kind of
exactly.
ship. It may not be a relationship, but it's a ship, and
Yeah.
we need to maintain it as such. Or you got to get off my ship.
Okay? Or we gonna sink. And I ain't sinking,
Right, and
baby.
I'm not sinking with you. I'm like,
We gonna get
look,
rid
I'm
of
like
some
old
weight.
girl off the Titanic. I got one door. No, just play.
Please.
And you
Don't let
can't get
no.
on it.
Oh my God. I was about to say we gonna sink and I'm gonna get rid of some extra weight. And then I was gonna be like, easy now. Easy in the comments now. You know what I mean?
Hey,
Oh
look,
God.
we float. We float.
Okay. I,
That's
I
what people
bet you
look. That's
I
what people
bet Jeff
look.
wish he had a thick one.
There you go. Because that's what they be trying to jump on us because we float.
Okay.
You better get with it.
I was like, get between these guys. Come on, I keep you warm while I be on the go.
Until the help come.
No, for real. Get under that under boob, and the warmth is gonna keep you safe. Nah,
Right.
let me stop.
Ugh.
Oh God. For my brothers that are listening to this, I love you. So the next thing I want to bring up is just accountability. It's like, why do you think people stay in situationship?
I think each one is different. Like we talked about, even motive, right? Like some people's motive is just to keep you there. You know what I mean? They want to take some of the things that come with you, but they don't want the responsibility. Like I said, but even with me, like I said, was at one point. Right now, I don't feel like that way, but at one point in my life, I think my life was moving so much that that's all I could give you. I can't give you a relationship because I can't really give you that time. I can give you the time that I can spend with you, but I don't have the time. I don't have time to make up. You know what I mean? So I said, but the intention, right? Some dudes and women just want you for that reason, and you're never going to be their girlfriend or their boyfriend or their significant other. You're never going to get that badge. So it's just that motivation, the motive of why they're there in this situationship. I keep wanting to say relationship, but in the
Yeah.
situationship, it's like, so what is the motive there? I think that's why people stay in them so long, because sometimes once again I have a motive and you have a motive. And sometimes I want the motive to change. I'm gonna keep working on him. He gonna love me, Savannah. He gonna
Oh
love
no.
me. Right?
Please. Oh my
He gonna
God.
choose me. He gonna choose me.
Right.
Right?
Pick me. Choose
Yes.
me. No, it's good.
Yes. And dudes too. Like, she gonna pick me. She gonna choose me. It don't always work out that way. So I think they just get dragged along. But every situation is different. I was in a situationship one time for like 2 years. I didn't have the time. It wasn't personal. It was business. Like, I'm not even gonna lie.
Mm.
It wasn't personal. It was business. Life was going back and forth. So it was
He said
business.
it
It
was
wasn't personal. So I
business.
couldn't make that person my man.
Mm.
And he got
I'm gonna
tired of
use
it. And
that.
I get it. It's not personal, it's business.
That's gonna be my line.
That's one of
Instead
my
of the
mottos.
the it's not you, it's me. It's not personal, it's
Personal is
business.
business. Sorry, baby.
I'm like, you sound like a real boss right there. I'm like, dang. I'm like, well, am I at least getting my final check? Nigga, like, I'm sick of you. I'm like, nah, I'm for real. What's up? What we doing? Oh my goodness. No, I mean, I agree with you.
How do you
For
get that?
me, I was always like, the fear of obviously, like loneliness, and then just like,
That's a good one. That's a good one I
yep,
didn't touch on. Yep.
right,
Just saying you
loneliness,
got
them,
somebody to have somebody.
right, and then even just the lack of like vulnerability, like not having to really be
Oops.
just like tearing down those walls or whatever. It's like, I can give you the bare minimum. This is what we're doing, and we don't have to go deeper than that.
Yeah. Yep.
And
Surface
I'm like,
level. Some people only want surface level. But once again, if that's not what you want, don't say yes.
right, because they're gonna find somebody.
That
And,
ultimatum. You think you're gonna throw them ultimatum and they're gonna throw it back at you.
or
Like,
you
well,
gonna
no,
be on
thank
that
you.
show, The Ultimatum. You ain't seen that show?
I've never seen that before.
Girl, now you gotta watch it. You gotta watch it.
Okay.
It's literally that. That's the show. It's like relationships where they've been together for whatever years, months, whatever, however long, and they're like, "Oh, I want to be married," and then the other person's like, "I don't want to get married," and so then they go on the show, and they literally have the guys and the girls go in different houses, and then they have single people go, and then it's so bad. It's like the whole show is literally like, so you don't want these people to really succeed. Like the show is like they have these hot single girls in the house with the men, and then these hot single men in the house with the women, and then it's like it'll only show like certain clips
Mhm.
of what the other house is doing, and you only see like a part of it to make it look like, oh, their girl's cheating on them even if they're not. So then the guy's like, oh yeah. So it's like so bad. It's like, bruh, this is so toxic. Like, but when you said that, I was like, that's literally the ultimatum. Like, and you watching it and you're like, what? Like they're really like, I came on this show because we've been together 7 years and they still won't marry me. I'm like,
7 years.
literally. I'm like, not you at the beginning talking about to each his own, and now you're like 7 years.
You're right. I'm disrespectful. Look at me contradicting myself. It happens. I'm not perfect. Neither are you. Don't judge me.
No, for real, for real. Like, but not in the same episode is crazy.
It's okay. It happens.
Oh my gosh. But
I'm
I
trying.
do
I
want to
hope
bring
y'all
to
can't
like,
hear the terrorists in the background because they is.
I can't even hear them.
That's good.
Um, but I will say, I want to shine some light on like a more positive side of it though. Like my
Mhm.
situationships do work out, like how some people are like, the whole delusion part where it actually does turn into something
Mhm.
magical and they are like, okay, actually let's be together, and you waited on me and you were patient with me and which I'd be like, good for you.
That was beautiful. Yeah, that's a beautiful thing. That's a beautiful thing.
Why
Yep.
are you
Mhm.
saying it like that?
No, it's a beautiful thing. I mean, I've had that, because you know what's the crazy thing? I'm the one that usually throws out the situation.
Mm. Like, what do you mean?
Or
Like,
or
you're more
I
the
mean,
one that's like, I'm good.
this is what I have. This is what I can give you right now,
Ah,
right? Um,
yeah,
so that's usually me because I try my best to be honest about my life and my situation
same.
and what I can really offer. And sometimes it's like a negotiation here. This is what I can this is what I can give you. You slide that piece of paper over like that's what I can
Girl,
give
not
you.
sometimes, always a negotiation.
Yes. It's like this is what I can give you in my life situation. And then, like I said, most dudes be like, I can take it, I can handle it.
Right.
Many have tried.
Please, please. I'm like, oh my God.
Yeah, so I feel like I've been the one to do that. And then it has worked out for me a couple of times. We've had some good, nice, long lasting relationships. They weren't always great, but any relationship is always great. But
Right.
so yeah, when you said that, I was like, yeah, right, yeah. There has been a couple that I've been like, okay, yep.
Oh
I feel like
gosh.
I'm
I'm
being very
like,
open today. Okay, I'm being very open and very vulnerable.
I'm so proud of you because honestly, I'm very proud of you.
Thank you. I'm trying.
Okay, not the hair.
It's not. It needs to be done. Don't judge. We already
No,
talked about
I'm
our
talking
hair
about you were
journey.
like, okay, cut it out. She put her nails on. Don't play with her.
Okay, y'all got to get up on my nail game. We have to do an episode about my nail and my nail person one
Yes.
day.
Once I get mine done, that's why I'm gripping this mic. No, but and then another way that they can be successful though is also when it's like a mutual agreement, is what I was gonna say too.
Yes,
Because
mutual.
we're also thinking like, oh, the fairy tale way, but there's sometimes both parties are like, look,
Yep.
like you said, negotiating. This is what I can give you. This is what I give you. All right, cool. And about our
Mhm.
day.
Right. Yep. And they still and in that way they happily ever after as well. Because it
Right.
worked out that that's what they needed at the time, and maybe and some people situationship forever. Do what you need to do. I know that's a long time. I just said that I just judged, but I understand that
Right.
there are situationships that last for life.
Yeah.
It's what you need. Get what you need, but don't get got. That means don't be no
Right.
fool.
Well, let me
Sorry,
ask you this because we
sorry.
we talked about. I was like, let me ask you this because we
My
talked
hair is
about this
wild.
earlier.
Okay,
Um, when you're like, when you get married, what you said, right?
what did I
How
say?
you were like, you said what?
Refresh my memory, please.
when we were talking and I was like, you're like, oh yeah, well if I get married, like we're gonna have 2 different houses and stuff like that.
Oh, okay. So I had talked about, well, this was off of camera. We were
Yeah,
talking about like situationships and relationships and how relationships are what you make it. And when I was engaged, me and my fiance at the time, once again, great person, just not my person. Um, we had an agreement that we weren't living together. He was gonna live in his house, I was gonna live in my house. And we kind of, switch off. We're like, I'm there when the kids is gone, blah, 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 blah. We were gonna switch. We were gonna do that for a couple of years. And that people taking that back, like, but it's like that's our relationship. We can do what I want when we want to with it. Right.
right,
And I felt like that's what I wanted at the time. And I felt like it was best for even my household, and now that I think about it, I think it was kind of but I've always kind of been that way though, where I can be in a relationship and the person not be home with me. I'm not insecure where I'm like, oh, where they at? What they doing? I really don't need your location. Like, cause I believe what's done in the dark come to the light. So
okay,
I'm not a, let me check
yeah,
your phone, let me check your pockets kind of woman.
yeah.
That's not me,
I'm very
so
much my intuition gonna tell me. So,
correct. And my intuition, if you know me, you know it never
yep,
fails. If
okay,
you know me for real, you know what I say, oh, my stomach hurt.
mm,
Or oh, that man finna come around. Or oh,
yep.
something wrong. Something wrong.
And
Am,
it'd be
am I
like,
lying?
nah, it'd be like we walked through the door, they right there. I'm like, bruh. I'm like, how did you do that? Literally.
Say
Oh
so
my
when
God.
I know, when I say I know, and I've told Yazzy this sometimes, Yazzy, I bet this and this about to happen. She be like, girl. And then she be there and I'm like, what I say? What I
And
tell
I'm
you?
like, and you
It
just be
gets
like,
louder and
and they
louder.
be like, looking like they got caught or something like,
Yeah, like I
goddamn.
already knew. I
Right.
already
Right.
knew. So it is what it is.
Then they
not
be
the
like,
not the comedy show.
no, literally.
I already knew.
Stop. Yeah, like jokes. I'm the actual comedian. No. Oh my gosh. Okay. Lastly, I want to talk about just how to get the clarity. Like, how do you think people should go about if, like, because you said, like, if they don't want to do that, or if they come to a part in the situationship where they're like, look, it's ran its course, or I've found someone else, or I'm not feeling this anymore. How do you think they should go about it and have like start the conversation, or like, you know what I mean?
I
You're
think
like,
that first of all, at the beginning, you need to put that clause out there, right? We need to be talking. We need to check in with each other. We need to have talks. Setting that at the beginning of the relationship, and then kind of when it's run its course, like I mean, it's because it's a breakup. You still gonna feel a loss because you're still breaking something off. So don't think it's gonna feel no different. And you may think when you're done with that person, you'll be heartbroken or like, oh, it ain't gonna bother me, but you still gain a tie with that person. So it will bother you. So I think just really, like I said, like I just said earlier, just being open, setting that up at the beginning. Hey, we need to be checking in with each other every couple of months. There needs to be a conversation on how you feeling and no in a no judgment zone. Cause just cause you feeling like you don't want to deal with this month, don't mean that maybe next month, you was just going through something and you just, you want to get back on track. You can have those conversations. But I think just putting that, being honest in the forefront is going to save you so much drama in the
yeah.
future. You know what I mean? On the back end, that's what they say, right? It's gonna save you more on the back end if you just put that in the forefront and be honest. I need this and that. Like you said, it's still a ship. You still
Yeah.
have to maintain it or it will sink.
I feel like people don't realize that part, and it is like that's probably where they get to where it's like, okay, this is my ultimatum. Or where they're like, if you wanted to, you would. Or like people always wait till they get to that point because they're like they either didn't communicate it, or they haven't been communicating that, or they haven't been doing the check-ins, or like all of these things. So it gets to that point. I feel like a lot of people associate that with the check-ins is like, oh, like we have every check-in has to be a good check-in. It don't always have to be a good
Right.
check-in.
Right.
Like it's about you being honest because that's the point. It's like you're everything you're doing is like you're transferring energies, whether it's physically, emotionally,
Mm-hmm.
spiritually, like you know what I'm saying?
Mentally,
It's
all of
literally
that.
like all of these are energies, and it's like you're surrounding yourself with these people and like, well, person, whatever, however you get down, whatever. But it's still like you have to make sure whoever that's why I'm like, whoever I'm around, whether it's my friends, family, whatever, I'm like, look, if it ain't giving that good energy for me, I'm good on it.
Yep.
And that goes even with my situationships because it's like, why would I let this fly if I wouldn't even let it fly with my family or a friend? And
Yep.
that's the way people should think about it.
You're right.
Amen.
I agree. I agree.
You're like, here, here. No, I'm just kidding. Oh, okay. Well, with that being said, I do want us to just wrap it up and I can say the challenge of the week.
Okay.
But before I do, you can say your closing, boo.
Um, y'all know how I am. Just love yourself, love whoever's around you, or respect that person that you're in a relationship or situationship in. They're still a person. Be open and honest. What you can and cannot handle, what you do and do not like. Choose you in all things you do. Choose you, Lucius. Choose you.
Oh. I'm like, I'm here for all the quotes. Uh, I agree. I agree. And with that being said, challenge of the week is ask yourself honestly, is this connection giving me what I need? Or am I hoping it becomes something it's not? Oof.
That's deep.
Okay?
So
And that's what
what
we're
I've
gonna
been
close out
saying.
with. You said what?
So that's what I've been saying.
Okay? And with that, let them know, La.
We out.
Okay? Bye.
Bye.